Good morning, everyone. We hope you've all had a lovely week and welcome to Kendal Mountain Festival 2020. Happy Sunday. Here we are, nice and early in the morning. Today we have 2 Nurture Well sessions for you. The first is Rosie Underwood right now, and then later at 5 p.m. tonight we have Diane Bondi all the way from Canada. Rosie Underwood, who is joining us now, is from London and she's also a holistic coach. She's going to be taking us through a Vinyasa flow. So without further ado, I'd like to pass on to the lovely Rosie. Enjoy.
Hi guys, morning. Hope you're all feeling good. How is everybody feeling? Good? So I am Rosie. I teach Vinyasa flow of positive psychology, as I'm sure Hannah's just told you, introduced me. So I wanted to wake everybody up this morning with a really energizing, uplifting flow. So we're going to be working into the hips and some back bends. I love a back bend in the morning. And when I say back bend, we're just opening into the heart. What this does is it lets us know that basically we're alive, because it down regulates the stress response, and it's almost like taking like a shot of espresso, but without giving our adrenals that really negative hit of like craziness that isn't very good for us. We're taking ourselves out of fight or flight into rest and digest, but we're still going to get a nice uplifting energizing flow. So we will build up a little bit of a sweat. Option to come to child's pose if you need to at any point. It's your body, it's your practice, it's your time on the mat. So just go to where feels good for you. Remember, there's no universal body, so there's not really a universal pose. So don't be hard on yourselves. Go easy on yourself and just option to back out whenever you need. Little cue, little reminder, if your breath starts to shorten, come closer to the thinking mind, up into the chest. We use secondary muscles to breathe then, which is why we get tension around our shoulders. It's a cue that we need to back out of a pose when our breath does this. It's our body speaking to us, and we just need to learn to listen to our bodies, basically. So if you find yourself going like, then just back out of whatever you're doing, and that's totally fine. That's really good. So let's get to it. So if you've got the playlist, just come to the first one. We're just going to start in a seated meditation today. If you have any props to lift up your hips at home, that would be amazing. But don't worry too much if you don't. So maybe a block, maybe some books, maybe a little cushion or a blanket. Don't worry if you don't, just come to sit, and that's totally fine. And I'll tell you when to press play on the playlist. So we'll go with that now. So closing into the eyes, shoulders up, back and down. Crown of the head pulls you up towards the sky. Sit bones root you down towards the earth, and just close into the eyes. And we're just going to feel that transition from our regular lives to the mat, and just observe that transition without any judgment. So we're just self-regulating right now. That's all we're doing, is just observing the breath, just observing what's going on inside of you this morning. Now, like I said earlier, the breath might be short and sharp into the chest. And if that's the case, don't worry, don't judge it. Just by sitting here, just by self-regulating, the breath will naturally start to draw itself a little bit deeper into the body. And then we want to breathe into the diaphragm because the phrenic nerve runs all the way down here. And when we breathe there, that's when we tap into rest and digest. So we slip into that state in between stimulus and response. And we take the blood flow away from our limbs all the way to our vital organs where we can be healthy and happy. So we're making ourselves healthy just by sitting here now. Now the crown of the head's pulling you up, the sit bones are rooting you down, feel that duality, and just draw your awareness to the flows of the inhales and the exhales. Now I want you to imagine that you're not just breathing from your nose and your mouth, you're breathing through all the pores of your body. So we've got trillions and trillions of cells in the body. Now that's hard for my head to compute. So when I put that into time, 1 trillion seconds ago was 10,000 years ago. So that's how amazing you are. So just visualize the cells self-regulating. So there's this big exchange of energy and matter going on right now. So just be with that. Just be here now. Maybe the breath started to creep a little bit deeper towards the base of the lungs now. Now check in with the mind. How's the mind doing this morning? Where are your thoughts at? Are they sharp? Are they cloudy? Are they focused? And just be the observer. Remember, you're not your thoughts or your feelings. You're something much, much bigger than that. And then start to take an inhale halfway into the lungs. And then inhale all the way to the crown of the head, pausing at the top. And then exhale out through the mouth. Release, let everything go. Inhale, fill up halfway. Inhale all the way to the crown of the head. Pause at the top. See if you can sip up a little bit more air here. Pausing, holding. And then exhale, release, let everything go. Inhale, filling up halfway. Inhaling all the way to the crown of the head. See if you can sip up a little bit more air. See what it feels like to really hold on to something now. Hold on to the breath. Hold on, feel the ribs expand. And then out through the mouth, let everything go. Really nice, guys. Now return to the natural rhythm of the breath. Notice any subtle changes this has in the body, in the mind. And then maybe set an intention for your practice this morning. My intention this week, you can join me on this one if you like, is to embrace the uncertainty that 2020 has thrown at us. So we can use uncertainty as a vehicle for positive change. So I'm using the uncertainty as a vehicle for positive change, and repetition of that will cement that into your subconscious. So breathing into that. Maybe you offer up your practice to someone that might need it more than you this morning. And then super slowly crack open into the eyes, and we'll just begin the physical part of our practice. Remove any props underneath you if you have them, and just melt the body down to the earth. Take the knees wide, come to a wide-legged child's pose, forehead to the earth. Spread through the fingers and just rock the forehead from side to side. And again, just feel that expansion and contraction of the lower belly now. Maybe you can feel it on the tops of the thighs. And feel that stretch through the side waist to the intercostal muscles. Those are the muscles we ignore when we sit at a desk or we're not moving a lot. So breathe into that space. Create space where space is needed. Now listen to the body. What does it want? Does it need stillness? Does it need movement? Just listen to that. And then inhale, come up slowly to a tabletop position. Take the wrists in line with the shoulders and the knees in line with the hips. Find your foundation. We're going to dip the belly down, gaze up, look forward, melt the shoulder blades down the back. Exhaling, push the earth away, round through the spine, tuck, round and roll. Really exaggerate the movements if you can. Use the breath as a guide. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, push the earth away from you. We're just waking up the spine now. Hug it in. Inhale, find that length and space. Exhaling, round, push the earth away. Inhaling, look up. I love these. Keep doing a couple more in your own time with your own breath. Exhale round. Now pause with a neutral spine. We're just going to rotate the hands towards the knees. So we're getting a stretch out for the wrist. This flips the lungs. So we're just going to roll now through the wrists. And if this is too much for you, then just walk the knees a little bit closer to the hands. And then come all the way back. And just play with that. See how that feels. And just use the breath as a guide. So really move with the breath. Maybe close into the eyes, let the other senses figure out what's going on. And just go easy on yourself this morning. There's a lot going on in the world at the moment, and also the seasons are changing. It's getting quite cold. So just be aware of all these factors as you move through your practice. And just meet yourself where you are today. We're in different bodies every day, so just want you to honor that in your yoga practice. We're going to inhale the right leg back behind you. Now flex through that right foot like you're kicking it into a wall. Hug the navel in towards the spine. See how I'm not dumping into the belly, I'm hugging it in. Come to the fingertips of the left hand. Crown of the head follows line of the spine. Spark up the fingertips like you've got laser beams coming out of them. Thumb rotates up. Micro bend the standing arm, and we pause here. Take an inhale. And exhale, draw that knee towards the elbow, hug it in. Inhale, find length. Now listen up, left arm's going to go to the left, right foot's going to go to the right. Flex through that right foot, hug navel in. Not an easy place to come. Pausing, and then calming back to center, elbow to knee. Inhale, grow long, spark up the fingertips, hug navel to spine. Send it wide, and then come all the way back. Place the left hand to the floor. Right foot goes behind the left. Pivot onto the left shin and inhale the right hand up towards the sky. Spark up the fingertips. Grow long, grow through the crown of the head, and then maybe bow through the side body. So stretch that right arm alongside the ear. So we're stretching these intercostals and the lats again. Breathing here, be big. Now, if any of you climb, or you can just take the option, just start to circle out that right arm. So we're just, anyone that surfs or climbs, uses the arms quite a lot, we're just reversing that motion. So we're just getting out of the shoulder now. My favourite place to come in the morning. And then inhale, lift up, use the breath, and then place that hand back down. Coming back to your foundation. Nice, easy inhale, chest and heart leads. Easy exhale, push the earth away from you. Now tuck through the toes, send the sit bones high. Come to a bent knee, downward facing dog. Now this might be your first down dog in the morning, unless you're a crazy person and got up at like 3 in the morning. I actually did one early this morning, but not at 3, so don't need to judge me. So keeping the knees nice and bent, wrap the armpits towards each other here, creating space for the head and the neck. So it's an internal rotation of the triceps. Now really root down through the index finger and the thumb. So you've got a little cupping motion with the hand. And then start to draw the heels towards the floor. Now they don't need to touch the floor. Instagram tells us they do. I'm telling you, you don't. It's not about how it looks, it's about how it feels. Now, if you do run a lot and you do walk or hike a lot, you might find that you're doming in the upper back a little bit. If that's you, then just take a deep bend in the knees. Create a nice long spine. But if you've got the space, maybe just pedal out the feet. Breathe into the space at the backs of the legs. And just go easy on yourself. It's super early. And just notice where you're at. Remember that anything that's happening in the world right now is reflected in the body. And it's especially reflected in the breath. So the way you're breathing is a clear indication of how you're feeling and what you're experiencing. Now we can flip that on its head by regulating the breath. But just be aware of that. That's why we need to be kind to ourselves this year especially. And then slowly take those knees back to the floor. Find that tabletop position again. Wrists in line with the shoulders. Knees in line with the hips. Find that foundation. Spread through the fingers. Inhale, find length. Exhaling round. Inhaling, lengthen. Easy inhale, chest and heart through the gate of the arms. Exhale, round and roll. Really nice. Where there's right, there's left. We're going to send the left leg back behind you. Flex through that left foot. So you're hugging that left hip down. Fingertips of the right hand, send it forward. Option just to stay here. And you can always keep that hand down if this is too much of a balance for you. Hug the lower ribs in, breathing. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw that elbow to knee, hug it in. Inhaling, expand. Now send the left foot to the left, right arm to the right. So you're getting into that left hip flexor. Coming back to center, elbow to knee. Inhale, spark up the fingertips, kick that foot like you're kicking it into a wall behind you. Expanding, coming back around, pausing here, and then placing that right hand down, and then the left foot behind the right, and then pivot on that right leg. We inhale, the left hand all the way up towards the sky. Spark up the fingertips, and then bow through the side body. So crown of the head growing forwards. And you're sparking up the fingertips and you're stretching through that side waist. Breathe here, grow long. And then slowly maybe you start to take circles with that left arm. Nice big juicy circles. Don't play small, be big. I always say you've got to be big in yoga. Because you translate the feeling into the world as you leave the mat. So it's a really lovely place to come. Lovely juicy circles. Use the breath to inhale you up and then exhale, place that hand down. Coming back to your tabletop position. Take an easy inhale, lifting up. Exhale, tuck through the toes. Send the sit bones high. Come all the way back to your downward facing dog. Breathing here. Nice cleansing breath through the nose. And then out through the mouth. Really spread through the fingers, feet hip width distance. Breathing here, create space where space is needed in the body. I'm going to take a few rounds of rolling dog here. These are my ultimate favourite in the morning. So we're going to come to the balls of the feet. We're going to tuck the tailbone, round and roll, track the body forward, track shoulders over the wrists. I'm going to dip the pelvis down, gaze up, look forward, broaden through the collarbones and lift up through the head and the neck. I'm keeping my toes tucked. Chin comes to chest, navel to spine, sending it back. Downward facing dog. You literally get into every nook and cranny of the body this way. We inhale, tuck, round and roll. Track shoulders over the wrist. Pelvis dips down. Melt shoulder blades down the back. Look up. And then the chin comes to the chest. Hug navel to spine as you send it back. Downward facing dog. So you're moving just like a human wave. Inhale, tuck, round and roll. Dip pelvis down, melt shoulders down the back, look up. Chin comes to chest, navel to spine, downward facing dog. One more of those just because I love them. Inhale, come forward, tuck, round and roll, tracking shoulders over the wrist. Dip the pelvis down, gaze up, look forward, and then the chin comes back. Hug it back. Downward facing dog. Lovely, guys. Nice, easy inhale. Easy exhale. Deep breath in through the nose. Feels so good. Bottom of the exhale, bend through the knees and slowly walk the feet to meet the hands at the top of the mat. And you get there, take a nice juicy forward fold. Let head be heavy, let the neck be long. Just sway from side to side. There's always tension in the body. I always hold tension in the back of my neck without realizing. So give yourself permission just to let that go. And if you have a ponytail, where your ponytail might be, just place the hands that interlace and just give a little pulse. So if our head weighs quite a lot on our neck, it's 8 to 10 pounds. Our head, well, more if you're cleverer than that. I think mine's probably about 5 pounds. You just literally let that head go. So you let the muscles around the neck release because we carry it all day and we never give ourselves permission to release it. Close into the eyes. Breathe. And then slowly start to bring the hands to the shins, halfway lift. And then take the hands to the hips, slowly guide yourself all the way up into a standing position. And then bring the palms either side of the body, palms rotate out, feet hip width distance, melt the shoulder blades down the back, hug the pelvis in slightly, closing into the eyes, crown of the head pulls you up towards the sky. And just coming to Tadasana, finding some stillness. It's often the still moments in our practice where we get the most insight. So just be here now. Maybe roll into the balls of the feet and then the heels. Just let the other senses figure out what's going on for a second. So just let your body, again, self-regulate. Play with your center of mass. I love doing this. And we'll be doing a little bit of balancing today. So just remember, balance is a dynamic. So you will just move around a bit, and that's totally fine. You can just feel that in the body now. The body is just working out where it needs to be. Just let it do that. Just follow your intuition. Coming back to your intention, let's embrace the uncertainty. Open into the eyes and inhale. Look up and watch the palms touch. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer behind the head and lead with the heart. We're moving through Surya Namaskara A. Inhale the hands high. Exhale, cactus, the arms open, again leading with the heart. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, big juicy circles with the arms hinge at the hips. Melt the body over the legs. Inhale, find length, glance out. Take the hands to the shins if you need to. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back in space, followed by the left foot. Lower down the knees and the torso in one straight line. We inhale, roll forward, find your cobra. Broaden through the collarbones. Tuck the toes. Take the seat back to the heels. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. Nice, easy inhale. Easy exhale. Deep breath in. Bottom of the exhale, bend through the knees. Look forward, step, hop or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, find that length. Move with the breath. Exhale, melt the body down. We're creating a bit of heat in the body now. Root down to rise. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, take those hands in prayer behind the head. Lead with the heart. Inhale, the hands high. Exhale, cactus, the arms open. Broaden the collarbones. Inhale, look up. Exhale, big juicy circle with the arms hinging at the hips. Melt the body over the legs. Really nice. Inhale to lengthen, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step the left foot back, followed by the right foot. Lower knees, chest, chin, or take a full chaturanga if you have one in your practice. Inhale, find your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, send it back. Downward facing dog. Nice, easy inhale. Easy exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath in. Bottom of the exhale, bend through the knees. Glance forward, step, hop or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, melt the body down. Root down to rise. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, bend at the elbows, open through the heart. Inhale, look up. Really nice. Exhale, take a nice juicy forward fold. Now listen up. Heel toe the big toe bones to touch. We'll inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, melt the body down. Now root down. We're going to send the sit bones back in space. Dip and sweep, find your chair. Send the arms alongside the ears. Take the weight into the heels. Spark up the fingertips. I call this victory arms. So really draw up through the quads so the kneecaps lift up. Now really spark up those fingertips. It's impossible to feel rubbish while your hands are sparked like this. Making sure the knees aren't tracking over the toes. And then slowly take a forward fold over the legs. Chair pose is actually my least favourite pose, disclaimer. So don't worry if you don't like it. Extend the arms up, interlace the hands, broaden through the collarbones. And then dip and sweep, find your chair. I've actually said that if 2020 was a yoga pose, it would be chair, in my opinion. But stay with me, it's a great pose. Making sure you're in a chair and not a bar stool. I think I'm in a bar stool right now. And then slowly lower it down. Let the head be heavy, interlace the hands behind you. Lovely, fluid movements, fluid breaths. Inhale, find length, heel toe the hands back to hip width distance. Exhale, plant the palms. Option to take a vinyasa. Option to go straight to downward facing dog. Your body might want movement, it might want stillness, so just listen to where your body's at. It doesn't scream at you, it only whispers. So go easy. Take a nice easy inhale. Easy exhale. We'll inhale that right leg up and back behind you. Really nice. Keeping those shoulder blades square. We're going to bend that leg off center, making sure you're not dumping into that left wrist. Redistribute that weight if that's the case for you. Now I'm going to take a few circles with that right knee. And then extend it back behind you. Really nice. Exhale. Draw that knee towards your nose. Glance forward. Place that foot in between the hands. You might want to use your hand to get you there. Back knee comes down. Untuck the back toe. Engage the inner thighs. Root down to rise. Hug lower belly in. as you come all the way up. So you're a little bit restrained through the front ribs so you're not dumping into the lower back. Now cactus the arms open. We're going to take big juicy circles. Inhale, lift you up. You're moving a bit like seaweed now. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up. Exhaling down. Root down to rise. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, frame that front foot, tuck the back toe, engage the inner thighs to lift up. So draw the arms alongside the body like wings, sorry. Take the hands to the hips and maybe square the hips off. So you want to hug that right hip back a little bit. Then draw the arms up. You're in your high lunge. Breathing here. Right hand comes behind you, comes to the upper left thigh. Bend through that back leg. Take your exalted warrior. So it's an up and over motion. So you breathe in and up, and then you exhale over. Use the breath as a guide. And then listen up slowly. Left hand comes inside that right leg. Take a little twist, send the right arm high. Spark up the fingertips. Take a little twist. And then look down to that left hand. Listen up. We're going to come to the knife edge of the left foot. Stack it on top of the right. Come to Vashisthasana. Breathing here. Lifting up through the sideways. Maybe bow through the side body. Like we did at the beginning of practice, except we're not using the knees to support us now. Option to take the knee down if you like. We're all going to take the right foot in front of you, like a kickstand. Bow through the side body. Take an inhale. Exhale, send the left hip to the floor. Gaze behind you. A bit of a break now. Inhale, lift up. Bow through the side body. Grow long. Exhale, send it down. Left hip to the floor. Gaze behind you. Fluid movements, fluid breaths. Inhale, lift up. Exhaling down. One more. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. And then stack that right foot back on top of the left. Come back to Vashisthasana. Make a little bit of a space between the heels. So you're engaging those inner thighs. And then plant that right hand down. Send it back to a downward facing dog. Option to take a vinyasa. Option to find stillness. And we'll all take the knees to the floor. Take the sit bones back towards the heels and just roll out through the wrists. So just give them a little roll. Lovely. And then just shake them out. Give them a good shake. And then plant through the palms. Tuck through the toes. Send the sit bones nice and high. Coming back, downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, sigh out through the mouth. Remember to wrap those armpits towards each other. Really nice. Well, inhale now that left leg up and back behind you. Three-legged dog. Without dumping into that right wrist, we're going to bend through that left leg. So redistribute that weight. And then just slowly take circles through that left leg. So circling out the knee, just getting into that left hip flexor. We hold a lot of tension in our hips. And then send the left leg back in space. Come back to your three-legged dog. Exhale, draw that knee towards your nose. Glance forward. Place that foot in between the hands. Back knee comes down. Untuck the back toe. Engage inner thighs. Hug the lower belly in. Inhale, rise up. Spark up the fingertips. Find those victory arms again. Breathing here. Really nice. Now cactus the arms open. Let's make those big juicy circles again. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, take it down. Inhaling, rising. Exhale, draw it down. One more. Inhale, lifting. Exhaling. One more deep breath in. Use the breath as a guide. Exhale, take it down. Fluid movements. Tuck through the back toe. Engage the inner thighs. Draw the arms alongside the body like wings. Crown of the head reaches forward. Now take the hands to the hips. Hug that left hip back in space. See how it's probably trying to track forward. Now use the inhale to rise you up. Find that high lunge on the other side. Now notice the difference between each side of the body. Grow through the side waist and then take that left hand behind you. Right arm lifts high. Frontal hip points are hugging up. You're squaring them up. They're hugging up towards the lower ribs. Breathing, take an inhale. Remember that up and over motion with the breath. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more big inhale. And then take that right hand, plant it to the inside of the left leg. Take that twist, left arm reaches high. Spark up the fingertips, take a little twist. Breathing, come back to the breath. Where's the breath at? How does it feel? And then you know what's coming this time. Slowly start to revolve onto that right knife edge of the right foot. Take the gaze down if that's easier, and then just stack that left foot on top of the right. Come to Vashisthasana. Lift up through the side waist. Make a little bit of space between the heels so you engage the inner thighs. Now bow through the side body. Grow long through the crown of the head. Breathe. Really nice. Step the left foot in front of you like a kickstand, and then again grow through the side body, breathing. And then exhale, send that right hip to the floor and gaze behind you. Fluid movements, fluid breath. Inhale, expanding the body as you come up. Exhale, contracting as you come back down. Use the breath. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale. I love these. Gets into every part of the body. Inhale, lift up. Now stack that left foot on top of the right. Come back to Vashisthasana. And then slowly plant that left hand down. Coming back to downward facing dog. Well done, guys. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale it out. One more deep breath in. And then exhale. Take the knees to the floor. Take the knees wide. Find a child's pose, forehead to the earth. Take the hands in prayer behind the head and just walk the elbows forward. Stretch through the triceps. Breathe. So feeling again that exchange of energy and matter. So you're self-regulating, just checking in. So a bit of self-inquiry. Come back to the breath. Where's the breath at? Can you breathe to any tight corners of your physical shape? And it's in the stillness that a lot of self-inquiry happens in yoga. So if any emotions come up, just allow for them to be. Just lean into them. Remember, emotions arise because they're meant to be felt. So just allow for that. Yoga has a tendency of doing that. Just bringing things up. Just releasing things. Planting through the palms, tucking through the toes. Send the sit bones high. Coming back. Downward facing dog. We'll inhale the right leg up and back behind you. And then bend that leg off center. Now this time let that leg become heavier and heavier. Come to the fingertips of the right hand and we'll slowly flip the dog and come to a wild thing. So you come to the knife edge of the left foot, ball of the right, stretch through the core, stretch through the heart, lift up through the hips. Let the head be heavy, let the neck be long. Lovely, guys. This is my favorite pose. I do it every morning instead of drinking coffee. Trust me, it's so much better. So just breathe here. Don't overthink it. And then slowly send the sit bones towards the floor. And then inhale, lift them back up high. Slowly lower it down. And then inhale high. Slowly lower down. And then inhale high. Slowly plant that right palm down again and send the right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the knee to nose, glance forward. Place the foot in between the hands. Draw the arms alongside the body like wings. Bend through the back knee to inhale, rise you high. Take a deeper bend in the back knee this time. We're in our high lunge again. Take an inhale and then exhale, straighten through the back leg. Broaden through the collarbones as you send the arms behind you. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come back down. Inhaling, rising. Bend through that back leg. Exhale. Broaden through the collarbones. You're like a human pendulum. Inhaling. Exhale. One more inhale. And then we'll take that left arm around. We'll take warrior two at the back of the mat. So we're countering what we've just done on that leg. So we do counter poses to avoid injury. So the front heel's in line with the arch of the back foot. Nice and strong in your warriors, melting the shoulder blades down the back. Making sure the back arm is in line with the front arm. Nice and strong, like you're holding an eagle on each arm. Well, it's a bit majestic, isn't it? Gazing over the middle finger, hug lower belly in, breathing, making sure that front knee's not tracking over the toes. 45 degrees with the back foot. Breathing. Now we'll slowly take that left forearm to the left thigh and extend the right arm alongside the ear. Breathe. And we'll take nice juicy circles with that arm. Just getting out of the shoulder again. So big circles, sparking up the fingertips. And then use the inhale to lift you up and then reverse your warrior. Moving like seaweed, so nice and gently. So you're strong and supple, just like water, and then coming back. Lovely. And then sending it back to your warrior two. Take the hands to the hips, straighten through that left leg. And then just rotate so the heels are facing in and the toes are tracking the eye of the knee. Start to bend through the knees, scooping the frontal hip points up towards the lower ribs. Come to your goddess squat. Gods and goddesses. This is a gender neutral god. Hands to the hips. Now it's like you're squeezing a beach ball between the inner thighs. Crown of the head's pulling you up, and it's like you've got fishing weights pulling you down from your sit bones. Breathe here. And then take an inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, crossing at the wrist, taking everything down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, draw it down. Really nice, guys. One more big inhale. And then this time, exhale, we're going to pivot, frame that front foot. Step it back and lower through. Inhale, find your back bend, or option to just come to a down dog. Exhale, send it back. Downward facing dog. Nice, easy inhale. Easy exhale. Inhale, left leg up and back behind you. Bend that leg off center. Come to the fingertips of the left hand and slowly flip your dog. Find your wild thing. Lifting up. Stretch through the core, stretch through the heart. Let the head go. Favorite pose in the book. You're all rock stars now. And then slowly send the sit bones towards the floor. And then inhale up. Exhale down. Inhaling. And then exhaling. One more. Inhaling. Super energizing this. You won't need any caffeine today. Left hand down. Left leg. High, 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 high. Exhale. Knee to nose. Glance forward. Place that foot in between the hands. Back. Draw the arms alongside the body like wings. Bend through the back knee. And then inhale. Lift up. Spark up the fingertips. High lunge. And then take that knee a little bit lower. That back knee goes a little bit lower. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten through the back leg like you're making a diagonal. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, draw it down. Inhaling, rising up. And then exhaling, drawing down. One more inhale, lifting up. And then slowly revolve the body around. Take warrior two, the back of the mat. So warrior two over the right leg. Front heels in line with the arch of the back foot. Again, like you're holding two birds on your arm, so nice and straight and strong. Melt shoulders away from the ears. Find your alignment. Making sure the knee's not tracking over the toes. Maybe you close into the eyes. Send a message to the brain that you're safe. Breathing. And then slowly, maybe take that right forearm to the right knee. Spark up the fingertips. And extend the left arm alongside the ear. Bowing through the side body. Now take those big juicy circles with the left arm. Use the inhale to lift you up. Exhale takes you down. Now keep the fingertip spot of the right hand. People tend to just hang out here. So just keep it sparked. One more big inhale. Use the inhale to lift you up and then reverse your warrior. Without losing any depth in the leg, coming all the way back. And then this time bring the hands to heart center. See if you can take a little squat over that right leg. Now you can play around here. You can have the hands here. You can have them here. You can have the hips up here, or you can have them super wide, but ninja style. And then we're going to play. We're going to start to take the body over to the left and then to the right, just really getting into the hips now. Just walking the body. You can play around. You can use the arms. Just go to where feels good for you. This is your time on the mat, nobody else's. And then take it to the left. And then back over to the right. Gaze to the left. Flex through the left foot. That's where you're going to go. Walk the hands forward. Frame that foot. Step it back. And lower it through. Inhale. Find your back bend. Exhale. Take it back. Downward facing dog. Nice easy inhale. Easy exhale. Inhale. Right leg up and back behind you. Now slowly place that right foot outside the right hand. Breathing here in your lizard. Now send that left foot outside the left hand, coming into Malasana. Hands to heart center, crown of the head pulls you high. Breathing here, sit bones rooting you down towards the earth. Closing into the eyes. Breathing. So find that stillness, like you're pushing your elbows in towards your knees and your knees towards your elbows. And then slowly plant through the palms. Step it back into a downward facing dog. Breathing here. So wrapping the triceps in. Start to lower the forearms towards the floor. And start to walk the feet towards the elbows, coming into dolphin. Take the gaze in between the toes. We won't be here too long, it's quite intense. And then slowly push it back up, come back to a downward facing dog. Find your foundation. Inhale the left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, place the left hand outside, the left foot outside the left hand, come to your lizard, and then step the right foot outside the right hand, come back to Malasana, breathing here. Crown of the head pulls you high. And then just sit in the fire for a second. See how it feels to be here. Just find that stillness. Again, that's where the self-inquiry happens. So just be here now. Again, maybe imagine those trillions of cells just self-regulating, working super hard to keep you alive. And again, if any emotions arise, just lean into them. And then slowly start to crack open into the eyes, plant through the palms, send the sit bones high. If you have Vinyasa or crow in your practice, come into it. If not, then stick with me. Come to the balls of the feet, take the knees towards the armpits, glance forwards. Maybe you just play with your center of mass. Maybe you lift one leg and then the other. Glance forward, hug it in. Option to stay here, option to take it into a tripod headstand. Just meet yourself where you are. Now if you come here, slowly lower out. Flex through the feet. And then take it back, fire a crow. And then come all the way back to Malasana like nothing ever happened. We'll all take the knees to the floor and take a closed child's pose, forehead to the earth, draw the arms alongside the body. Come back to the body, back to the breath. And just be. Slowly start to walk the hands back up. Take the knees in line with the hips. Start to tuck through the toes. Palms rotate up. Lead with the heart, broaden through the collarbones. And take the head and neck back. So we inhale, find the length. Exhale, take it over. Inhale, find length through the spine. Create space where space is needed in the body. And then exhale, take it over. Coming back up to center. Options come back there again. Option to take it into camel. So you can grab the heels if you like. We inhale, lift up. We bow through the body. We send the sit bones high. We create a C shape with the body here. Take the head and neck back to neutral. Send the sit bones forward. Go easy, breathing. So you want to use the last 4 rungs of the ladder, so the top of the spine, to bend. One more cycle of breath here. And then slowly draw it up. Walk the hands forward in space. Find your puppy pose. So take the knees in line with the hips. Forehead to the earth. Breathe here. And then snake the body forward. Find your Sphinx pose. Drawing the elbows towards the midline of the body and pulling the heart through the gates of the arms. Broaden through the collarbones. Breathing. Slowly lower it down. Plant through the palm. And then tuck through the toes. And then just take the sit bones back towards the floor. Extend the legs in front of you. Flex through the feet. Grow long through the sideways. Take an inhale. Extend the arms alongside the ears. And then exhale. Take a little forward fold here. Now start at the easier end of the spectrum here. So you don't want to just dump into the body. We really want to soothe and self-regulate. Down-regulate the nervous system. So we down-regulate the stress response. So we're soothing the nervous system by coming here. So you want to start at an easy end of the spectrum. Flex through the feet. Inhale. Exhale, start to lower it down. Inhale, find that length and space. Exhale, take it down. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling, fold a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, close into the eyes. Just let the body know that you're safe. And then super slowly, with control, start to walk the hands back up. Palms rotate open, drawing them alongside the body. Hug the lower belly in towards the spine and start to lower the spine all the way down towards the floor. Super slowly with control. And start to melt the body all the way down. We'll hug the right knee in towards the chest and just start to draw it over to the right side of the left side of the body. So we're gazing over to the right. Melt the shoulder blades into the mat. Now place that left hand on top of that right rib cage and just feel the expansion and contraction of the breath. And just feel the breath moving in between the rib cage. Just feel that exchange. And slowly drawing that back up. Find a neutral place for the spine and then hug the left knee in towards the chest. Give it a little squeeze and then draw it over to the right, gazing over to the left, melting the shoulder blades into the earth. Just wringing out the body now. Maybe place that right hand on top of the rib cage and feel that expansion and contraction. And then slowly coming back around and just release that leg. Palms rotate up, take the feet mat width distance, melt the shoulder blades into the earth. And just breathe, coming into Shavasana, your final resting pose. So relax every muscle in the body, every tissue, every ligament, every bone, every body part. Release control of the breath and just release control of the body. And just allow yourself to absorb the residue of your practice in this pose. Just take the last few minutes of practice in complete silence, just being here now. Now, I'd encourage you to stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you possibly can. If you need to come out, then slowly start to deepen the breath. Start to feel the inhales and the exhales flowing through the nose and out again through the mouth. Where's the breath coming from? Where's the breath moving towards? Can you feel the earth breathing you? You feel the breath breathing you. And then slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Just bring your awareness back into your physical bodies. And then maybe extend the arms alongside the ears. Take a full body stretch from the tips of your fingers, from the tips of your toes. Just imagining those cells self-regulating as you expand. And then contract the body. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. You deserve it. Maybe rock from side to side. Just massage out the lumbar spine. And then just roll onto the right side of the body. And just pause on the right side. And just again feel the residue of your practice in the body. Just stay here. And then with your eyes closed or to a soft gaze, use the left hand to pull you up into a comfortable seated position. Again, keeping your eyes closed or to a soft gaze. Bring the hands to the knees. Crown of the head pulls you towards the sky. Sit bones root you down towards the earth. And again, just feel the residue of your practice in the body. How do you feel now compared to the beginning of your practice? Can you take your awareness inwards? Can you feel the heart beating and the blood pumping? Can you feel that natural intelligence working to keep you alive? And just reminding yourself that the positive energy inside of you has the ability to transcend anything negative outside of you. Bringing the hands to heart center, bowing chin to chest. Embracing the uncertainty as a vehicle for positive change. In gratitude for your mobility, your body, your practice, and all the teachers that come before you, whatever form they may take. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.
Thank you so much for that morning flow, Rosie. I'm sure we're all feeling a lot more energized now. Just a quick reminder that tonight at 5 p.m. we have the amazing Diane Bandy all the way from Canada giving us a Nurture Well session. But for now, we'd like to thank Rosie for her time this morning, Bamboo Clothing for helping this campaign to make possible, and of course for you guys for coming along and nurturing your well-being. We'll see you tonight at 5. Have a lovely day. Thanks.